Hi guys, my name's Scott. So this video is for today is showing you how to modify the SF radio add-ons to work my radios so you can add in your custom audio. So your first step is to go to the mod folder where I provided a template. One way of doing this is you can come into the Dayz launcher, you can go into mods, you can go into the SF radio add-on, you can click a down arrow, you can come here and go to dots, then go open file explorer. I understand, and what this will do is this will navigate us to in a explorer window to the mod. Then you go inside this folder and then go into the template, and now what you can do is you can copy this whole folder out to somewhere where you're going to work. In my case, I've already prepared it and mine's in my project folder. As you can see, the SF user add-on. Then you go inside that, you got three things. You've got the config, which we'll be editing in a moment. Then you've got the music folder where all your music files will go. They must be OGG files. So these are two example tracks I'm using for this demonstration, and they're not in the mod folder that I've supplied to you. So you have to add in your custom tracks here. You can use any online converter to convert them from MP3 or WAV to OGG file, and you can just Google it, and there's converters available on the web to do it. So what we're going to do now is we are now going to edit the config.cpp. In this case, I'm using Notepad++. You can use any editor, including Notepad. So if you go ahead and open that out, you will come to this. So what you're going to do now is you're going to put your name here. So first demonstration, I'll put Scott F2712. Now you're going to move on to the actual tracks themselves. So what you're going to do is you're going to see a lot of information here. There's very little you got to do here. So the first step is here. This is the route for the music, and it leads on to the track name. So my first track is called track 1, so I'll put that track 1 there. Then what I will do is I will go up to this section here, and what you will do now is you now change this to for the sound shader, and it's important you make sure it always has this last bit after it, because it will not work else. This bit can be changed, and it could be anything like that refers to a track. Just try and keep it as short as possible and only use underscores instead of spaces between them. Otherwise it will just break and it will not work. So I'm going to do the same for the second track. I'm going to call this one track 2 as it refers in my files. Yours may be different, it could be called anything you want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put track 2 here. This is the first part done, because we've got two tracks, one shader for track 1, one shader for track 2. So now we need to go down to the sound sets. So this is the second part of it, which is the part that links to the cassettes itself. So what you got to do now is we got to do a sound set for track 1. We got to do a sound set for track 2. Right. And now if we go back up to the shader for track 1, so this is where it links to the first one. So what you need to do is scroll back up, and this whole section where it's up to the shader 1 part, you can copy that. And now what this does is this goes inside these speech marks. Then you will have to do the same for track 2, and they now go into this one. So now we're left with the sound shader from above here for both of these, and then the sound set for the new sound set for both of these. So now we're going to get on to making the cassettes. So the way these work is the sound set goes in here. So what we are going to do is we're going to copy this sound set and put this one here. Then what you can do is you can go here. Right, I've left SF radio _ cassette tape here because it's easier for me to find in admin tools when I'm looking for them. And this is also the name that will go in the trader. So you can literally call this whatever you want, but for this demonstration, I'm just going to be calling it SFRadio underscore cassette tape underscore track 1. And then I'm going to do the same for my track 2. Right, here is the description for the track. So what you can do is you can actually put the audio name. It doesn't matter how long this is, just try not to go too long. And it's the same for description too. So what this is display name is what, if you have it in, say, a trader, for example, the display name is what the cassette will show up as for the player. So what you would do is you will copy this class, oh not this one, sorry, this class name here into your trader file. Then what will happen is you will then, when you're looking in your trader, you will see this name. So this will be the description of the item that they will see. Then when they highlight over it for more information, when it's in their inventory, they will see this one. So you can customize these two as you wish. So if whatever bit of music you got, you can put your track names here. And then you would do exactly the same for your second cassette tape. You can put it whatever you want. So then what you've got then is you've got your track 1. You've now got your track 2. If you want to add any more tracks than just 2, the easiest way to do it will be to highlight this, and then what you can do is you can make this one track 3, then what you will do is you'll then have to do the same for the sound sets. So you add that in, just make sure it stays in before this, and then that will be your track 3. And as you will see, when I go shader, it's the same as this. Okay, so then what I would then do is I will have to add a cassette. So then what you can do is you can copy and paste this, then you can just change your description to whatever you please, and then say track 3, and then I will have to link it to the sound set, which is track 3, which then, as you can see, is the same as the sound set. And that's as simple as it is. You can add as many of these tracks as you like. There's no particular limit. Just remember, the bigger the file gets, the slower the mod is to load. So I would just avoid adding too many. If anything, I've got on my server, I've got a few tracks that are probably about 1 to 3 hours long, because you can do that. Or you can have many tracks that are 5 to 10 minutes long. It's totally up to you. And that pretty much concludes it. Then the next stage for that will just be saving it, then uploading the mod to Steam.